Charleston, South Carolina hosts a unique collection of musical instruments housed in historic churches across the city. I'm David Kiser, and I'm an organ hunter, so to speak. Walk into any of the historic churches, proceed down the nave a bit, then be sure to turn around and look up. However, the thing with pipe organs is they have consoles and pipes. The pipes can be hidden anywhere or can be in plain view. I'm going to take you up to the organ lofts and even inside an organ to give you the ins and outs and share with you the multitude of beautiful sounds these often overlooked instruments produce. And you'll briefly meet the organists that play them. Besides church on Sundays, the pipe organs across Charleston are featured yearly, late spring, on a citywide recital series, L'Organo. And if it sounds like the air conditioning is on, that's because organs are great big wind instruments. And before electricity, they had to be hand-pumped. First, a primer.
This is Juliet Harlow, and this is a brief introduction to the organ. The organ is a wind instrument. It has a bellows or a blower that generates the wind, and it has pipes that make the sound, and between the pipes and the keyboard is mechanical linkage on this instrument. So when you push down a key, it opens a valve right under the pipe. And on this particular organ, all those linkages are mechanical. On some organs, they're electronic. There are different kinds of sounds on the organ: flutes, principals, strings, and reeds. You see this organ has two keyboards. This is the main one. This is kind of a secondary one. And it has the pedal board as well that you play with your feet.
As an organist, one of the most important attributes for you to have is versatility and flexibility. No two organs are alike, and occasionally a relearning or retooling is in order. And in the most extreme examples, you need the help of registrants to pull the stops while you're playing. Let's learn about this French-styled instrument at the Catholic Cathedral. Where the urban organ of that French Huguenot church was restrained and English in style, this instrument couldn't be any more different.
Welcome to the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. My name is Daniel Sanslin. I'm the Director of Music here for the diocese and for the cathedral. And it's a pleasure to be able to share a little bit with you today about the wonderful beating organ that we have here at the cathedral this way. This particular organ is really inspired by the Cavaillon organs that were a large part of French organ building in the Romantic period. If you go to the number of cathedrals in France, you'll find a number of Cavaillon organs. Characteristic of those organs were very large foundation stops. Those are the stops that kind of support congregational singing, but also a lot of colorful orchestration stops, as well as very large membrane stops.
In many cases, a sanctuary is built for a pipe organ in mind, like at Holy Spirit Lutheran on Bees Ferry Road. Here, Thomas Reed plays one of the most beautiful combinations of stops on the organ, strings and a flute together. And since the microphones are placed down in the nave, you can really hear the sound bloom like the congregation would. And what if we heard the exact same combination of sounds, this time in the historic Cathedral Church of St. Luke and St. Paul, where Paul Thomas presides over the music and this very different organ?
I really love the 8-foot flute on the grate. It's so versatile. It can be a solo on top of the swell strings.
Pipe organs come in large and small packages. At the time of installation in the 70s, the Gabriel Ney organ at St. Luke and St. Paul needed to fit into the pre-existing historic case that housed an 1853 pipe organ. On the other hand, the Austin organ of St. Matthew's Lutheran Church on King Street does not have a case. Instead, the pipes are loosely organized in an opening at the rear of the balcony that goes back quite far to the front of the church. Its air chests are large enough for you to walk into.
Hi, I'm Jason Basil. I'm Director of Music at St. Matthew's Lutheran Church in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm here to demonstrate today the Austin organ, Opus 2465 from Hartford, Connecticut.
I might mention here that an organist or a choir member probably gets their daily exercise requirements from simply climbing up the stairs to the gallery where most organs are situated. The longest walk in Charleston is probably at St. John the Baptist, the Catholic cathedral. But also surprisingly long is the walk to the console at First Scots Presbyterian Church. And at first glance, one might wonder where the pipes are located here because the console stands alone in the rear gallery. Don't worry, the pipes are hidden behind a decorative screen at the front of the church. Jennifer McPherson is the organist and minister of music here. And where you have seen stops being pulled, on this organ you push them.